Look at all the brave people with their video on. They're good for you, folks. You're brave.
Yes,
good
all
for
these
you.
all these brave folks here.
The rest of you, what are you doing here? Are you sitting on the toilet or something? You can't turn on your video? What's going on? Good for you, folks. You're brave.
I got rid of the echo. Sorry.
Abigail, yay.
We did have an accident one time, Claude, so we got to be careful about having everyone turn on the camera. Yeah.
I see that on YouTube sometimes. Have you ever seen those videos, the accident Zoom meetings?
It happened in real life on a coaching call a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, Shannon's seen one. She had that smile I just saw just now. Shannon, are you watching those videos? I love your name. I love Irish names.
Awesome. Well, we have some new folks in here too. I just want to say welcome for those of you that are just joining us for the first time. And we're kind of doing a continuation. So last week, we talked about doing a 2-week series. I'm actually going to be expanding this probably to a 3-week series, maybe a 4-week series, because we're doing the basics of creative financing. Last week, we kind of dove into seller financing a little bit in wraps and what's the benefit for the seller on that too. Uncle Claude's on here today. And if you guys don't know, Claude is actually one of my mentors. I'm actually a licensee of the gut sales system, which he invented. And we've been sharing, he's been doing a lot of sharing with me. Look at that. There it is. The gut, how to sell guts. And one of the things that both of us have been really working on is attraction marketing, the gut sales method. I love it. Let me just make sure I get anyone else in here.
But wait, there's more.
I was just going to say, he's got all this.
If you pull out a sham wow now.
Right. Infomercial.
Exactly.
I'll give them away for free. Anybody sends me a text, my number's there. Send me a text, you get a free book.
I love it.
What did I just do? Somebody tell me what just happened besides Brandon.
Attraction.
Travis, you know what happened. What just happened? What did I just do? Aren't you paying attention?
Connected with your audience.
What else? Come on, go deep, man.
You gave value.
I gave value, but what did I just do? What do we all need more of?
Hypnosis.
What?
Hypnosis.
Leads.
Oh, I do that too.
Leads.
Leads. Thank you, Terrence. Leads. How many of us spoke to 2 or 3 people today and made offers? Rodrigo did. Hey, Mr. Villalobos. I love that name. The village of the wolves. Love that.
Patrick on here is one of my brand new clients. He's actually a videographer by trade and been around all the gurus out here, Claude. He's one of the top videographers and does all these events and stuff too. But now he's looking to buy his house using creative financing too. And we were actually on a call earlier, and he's going to be right after this call. He's going to be going looking at a property.
Nope.
So this will be a lot of fun.
Are you bringing a contract with you, Patrick?
That's a good idea. Well, the thing is, we're not moving out of here until our lease is up because we're in an apartment complex right now. So we got about 6 months until we actually ink something up. So
can't you? What if you found a great deal, motivated seller? You've got a moment.
Yep.
Could you negotiate that the contract will not begin until Christmas or whatever 6 months from now is?
I could do that. Yeah.
Ooh.
So this is a guy that we're working on, that he's working on, that started out as open. It was just a for rent by owner off of like Zillow or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Opening, he's open to a lease purchase, a rent to own, and may even be, he owns it free and clear, and may even be open to doing a seller carryback on it. So
Nope.
It'd be a lot of fun. And one quick celebration too, because I know I was talking to Travis. Travis is working on $1 million property, an assignment on $1 million property right now. So shout out to Travis too.
He's working for a living.
Yeah, it's hanging in the balance with waiting on the EMD, and both sides are getting anxious to see if it's for real.
Oh, just have faith, and
Okay.
then go over and drive over and pick up the check if you have to. I've done that before.
Yeah. Cool.
So Claude's on here. We are going to do a little role play, but I wanted to ask Claude to share some of the stuff that's working for him. By the way, this is, I don't care I don't care if you're in real estate or outside of real estate. The stuff we're going to be talking about for the next little bit here on attraction marketing and gut sales applies across all industries. And you're going to see how you can do business with people in other industries and have them send you referrals as well. And this is just mind-blowing type of stuff. And it doesn't take that much time if you do it right. And if you understand, one of the big things I've been working on, Claude, too, Claude's kind of has mentored me on a lot of this. What's really sad is whenever I go in and I'm talking to Claude and Claude, can I say your age?
My age? I'm 36. I'm 36.
Yeah. He's 70 years young. And he's like, "You're not on TikTok, Brandon? Come on." I mean, he looks great. I mean, running 10 miles a day, 8 to 10 miles a day. That's amazing.
Yes, swimming. I swim and run every day. I eat one meal a day, OMAD, which is phenomenal for if you're
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I eat normal food, and I have a glass of wine every night or two. And you just my wife's mom is 96. Okay. And she's a shit kicker. She's amazing.
She still drives too, right?
No, God forbid.
No. Oh, okay. All right. I thought she was still driving. I was like, wow.
No.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what's happening, Claude. This is amazing stuff. So tell us how you got so many leads today.
Well, let me show you guys. Boom. This 20, let me see. I think this is 23. I have another sheet with another 9 leads. Names, addresses, phone numbers. I was on a networking page today. Okay. Every day I spend 30 minutes to 60 minutes gathering new leads. And this is something that Brandon's going to be telling you about in June. We're coming out with a attraction marketing. How many people here want more leads or have a problem? You don't have enough people to speak to, right? Don't we all have that problem?
More leads.
We're spending all this money. We're gathering information. We're getting motivation gurus, all kinds of stuff and everything. And what do we need? We need more people to talk to. And the trouble is a lot of the leads we get, they take time and a lot of money and everything. And then and the rejection rate how many times have you heard, "I'll think about it"? Anybody hear that? Does anyone know the guts? Anybody there? Who knows the guts response when the prospect says, "I'll think about it"? What do you say?
You're not allowed to.
How dare you? How dare you? Abby, I mean, what do you mean? No one's ever said that to me before. What do you mean I can't think about it? Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, you have an issue. I actually don't know what the
I
situation
have a
is.
lot of issues.
We've got potentially a great solution for you. What's the holdup?
Oh, well, I'm checking the competition. I want to get other prices from other people. And I need to talk to my wife. I have to walk my 5 chihuahuas and think about it,
Yeah. Are you actually the person that gets to make this decision, or is it your wife that makes the decision?
I'm a real man. I asked my wife if I can go to the bathroom. One or two. I mean,
Oh, well, maybe we need to get her on the call.
okay.
Yeah.
Now you do that to me. I know we'll get back to leads here, but this is too much fun.
Well, you want me to just say I'll think about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Claude, I'm not so sure. I'm going to have to think about it and get back to you.
You're not allowed to.
Why not?
Well, when people say that to me, they're just being polite. That means you really would like to say no. Why don't we just have an adult conversation and it's over? Is that fair?
Well,
It's over. If you can't say no, I'll say no. It's on. We're done.
I guess so.
Oh, now that it's over, can I take off my salesman hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You came to me with a problem. You said you're living in your mother-in-law's attic. She's got 28 cats. You have no privacy. There's a pit bull training school next door. You can never have guests over. You don't like her cooking calls. All she makes is tofu. Do you really want to keep on living like that?
Not really. No.
Why don't we, what's stop? It's not the money. Money, is it? Off the role play? It's always the money.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I really just I'm worried I'm not going to have enough to kind of make that deal work.
Okay, so we'll have this conversation every 5-10 years, and you'll continue living that lifestyle in your attic. Or we could fix it today. Let me ask you something before I go. That's called scarcity.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. Mr. Cialdini, good stuff. Before I go, suppose there was a way, I'm just, hypothetical here. Suppose there was a way we could finance this so you could get into a home and have that privacy and have friends over and throw parties and just, not have to smell those 20 cats anymore. Suppose we could work out something financially so you could have that freedom and lifestyle you want. That wouldn't make it, if I could do that, that wouldn't make a difference, would it, for us to make a commitment today?
No, how do we make that work?
Boom. What just happened?
That's a buyer's question.
Yeah.
Came back around to negotiations.
Here's a rule.
Love it.
It's over when you say it's over. Take away the I'll think about it in the beginning. Brandon, you've talked about the agenda and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We always set the agenda and we get permission to ask questions and tell them it's okay to tell us no and fire us and we'll do the same.
Psychologically, that is so important to set the rules, to set the agenda, and to make them comfortable. Listen, would you please just fire me? You don't have to say you'll think about it or get back to me. Don't worry about it. I'm busy enough. I'm here to help you solve your problem. Let's have an adult to adult conversation. And if we can make this work, great. If not, it's over. Is that fair? Can we do that?
Everyone wants to be fair.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Who's in control here? Person who sets the rule. Leads.
Question.
I was on a networking page today, and I teach a lot about sales. When I gave you guys that free book there. If you call them, text my phone number. And I was in 4 different networking groups from 4 to 8 people. And they all different kinds of businesses, web page designers and all kinds of nail polish people, and all kinds of stuff. And everyone, I said, you get to introduce yourself and you give a 30-second commercial. I said, I have something for free for everybody. Free is one of the most powerful words you can use in marketing. You want to attract, is everybody here in real estate? Is this this is total real estate, right?
This is the creative financing group. Yeah.
Who do we want to talk to every day? Buyers, sellers, investors, right? If we speak to enough people just like that every day, if we can attract them to us. So the easiest way to attract somebody is what? What's that 4-letter word I just said?
Free.
Thank you. Free. Give something away for free. 15-minute conversation. Yeah, I love that word. Thank you. Yeah, and give something away for free. Go on other people's webpage. Where do others, if you're looking for instance, somebody help me out. Patrick, what kind of people are you looking for in your business?
For me,
Who's your perfect customer?
Homeowner who, well, I'm in the solar business also, so I'm thinking solar lead, but this is different. So yeah, just a homeowner who maybe has a lot of equity and is willing to sell on terms. Okay.
We all are staring at this device all day long, maybe a little too much. Where would that person go to? What web pages, what groups on Facebook, what videos would they watch on YouTube? Where do they go? And everybody here, take a minute to think about who's your perfect customer, your prospect. Where do they want to get information? Okay. 3 ways to sell your home without a realtor. 5 ways to get top price. What you should have in your contract before you sell your home. How to save money on escrow. Do you need a real estate attorney to close? If you put out information, pictures, mind maps, You join other real estate groups and put in little things or answer questions. Do your own little YouTube shorts. Everybody know TikTok shorts, Instagram, reels, whatever. If you spend 30 minutes a day putting out content like that, you can, and you give something away for free. Okay. There's no rule about going to someone else's webpage, okay, and giving away something for free. You don't do a direct commercial, but you give away content, written, pictures, videos, and you cannot. And this is how you get leads every day. Warmly.
I would love to just ask Patrick a question, because Patrick's been in this videography world, right? And Claude, you understand storytelling. You understand how you can tell a story, but relate it to your call to action or what you want them to do to get something for free, right? Patrick, because Patrick knows some of these real estate people, and this is brand new. He's new in the real estate stuff. What are some ideas, Patrick, you would have for like 30, 60-second shorts videos that would maybe be targeted to homeowners wanting to sell their house without realtors, or wanting to sell their house above retail, or, you know, get the most money out of it? What are some ideas? And I'm throwing you on the spot,
Sure.
but I know you have to come up with stuff like this all the time because you work with a couple of different clients. So
Yeah, so I mainly work with, just to give a little bit of background, I mainly work with investors, you know, fix and flippers, wholesalers, multifamily, syndicators, coaching programs. So we're really heavy on the investor side, but I would say if you're looking to find buyers through like organic social, I would just, you know, look up stats about the market and try to be as much of an analyst as you could. So you can just be very like, I guess you would say attention grabbing in the hook, because that first 2 to 5 seconds is the most crucial part of the whole video. Doesn't matter if you
would you use like green screen behind you and stuff like that too?
Yeah, that's a good way to like switch it up, just like we see Claude doing right here. So it's cool to switch up, you know, the aesthetics of it. But like I said, it doesn't matter what your CTA or how good it is if that first 2 seconds doesn't grab them. So I would have a clean hook, an educational statistic of some kind, and then do a call to action, you know, if you're looking for buyers or sellers.
Could you explain call to action? Tell us what that really means.
Everybody wants to be told what to do. You know, whether you think about it or not, you want to be told what to do. So once you catch somebody's attention, it's important to tell them what to do, because if you don't tell them, they're not going to do it. So
Does there have to be a reward or an incentive with a call to action?
well, it depends. It depends. Like, by reward, do you mean like what they get out of it?
What's Brandon got behind him there on his screen?
Yep, free value. Yep.
I think of like Alex Hormozy and Gary Vaynerchuk and some of the Grant Cardone. A lot of these guys throw out so much content, like tons and tons of content, right? And a lot of it is free. And sometimes the call to action is sign up on my free newsletter, sign up and get this free program and that type of stuff, right? I've seen that. I know Alex Hormozy has free courses and a free acquisition.com has free content. Grant Cardone gives away free content too, doesn't he?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
You can join his webinars every single week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. And Claude has a nice little mind map behind him.
Yeah. That's a lease purchase mind map. So if I'm in a real estate group and I have a mind map behind me, and I say, you would want this mind map, would you? It took me a couple of hours to put together, and it has the organization, the contracts, the paragraphs you need, where to find the buyers, sellers, how to set up a lease purchase or sandwich lease or an assignment or wholesale. You wouldn't be interested in that, would you? Boom. And this is the way you pull people in. And then when you have and that's an opt-in. And then you have the right to now contact them. You can text them, email them, invite them like Brandon did to a group training call. When people get to know you and the content of the quality of the service or product you provide, do you think it's easier to sell them? Please say yes. Please. Donna, say yes. Please. Donna said yes. Thank you.
I love it.
So marketing, do we want to contact people who don't know who we are because we got them off a list and now we're doing a lot of stuff? And I had one client today, he spent a couple $1,000 doing postal mailers. Postal's getting expensive. Okay. He had a little under he had a 1% return rate, and he got one deal, which he made $8,500 on. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that, but he had to spend thousands of dollars and out of all and all that, and to get that one deal. And it still financially worked out for him. He got his money back for his marketing, and he got a new client, and he's going to make a reasonable profit. That's one way of marketing. I'd rather just talk to nice people who know who I am every day, and use the gut sales method of persuasion to see if I can win them over. Is that being too honest? Maybe I shouldn't say things like that anymore.
I think that's a much nicer way to work, isn't it, Claude? Cold calling and, oh my gosh.
I have so much fun talking to people every day with nice conversation. The first question you should ask somebody is, use a little reverse psychology, gee, why don't you get a realtor? Why is it so hard to sell your home? Or why are you selling your home? Why don't you stay there? You don't really want to move, do you? And guess what happens when you go in there? We call this a redirection. Guess what happens when you open a conversation with somebody by asking questions in a positive and negative context? Guess how they respond? They open up and they tell you how to sell them. Guess it's so much easier than mind reading or giving long presentations.
So Claude, on the 20 plus leads or so you got today, you were in a networking group and you offered to give away a free book. Is that right? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
And so they fill that out, right? And they just go to your web page or something, or you give them a link.
I get my phone number there. That's a Google Voice number, which is just great because it kind of filters down and gets rid of the robocalls and the telemarketers because they have to identify themselves. And so I use this, and it gets forwarded to my phone. I get their contact information because they want something that I offered. And now I have that information. It goes in my spreadsheet. Okay, I can invite them to group training like Brandon did here. I send them the free information, and sometimes they get back to me, or I'll offer them also a free 15-minute consultation where they can pick my brain or something like that. I like this kind of marketing because it's easier. I'm not talking with someone, when you call somebody up, hi, I'm just reaching out. Hi, you're not the first person to call them. Do you ever feel like the 58th person to call them? And I think the worst feeling is when someone says to me, you're the fourth real estate guy to call me today. Anybody have that yet? Okay. Anybody? Ty?
I try not to do that anymore now. Yeah. But let
Yeah,
me
I've
ask
heard
you a
it, yeah.
question. Oh, Tyson, yeah. Let me ask you a question, Claude, because I want to open this up for everyone, not just Claude. I want everyone to chime in here. If our focus is sellers, because we're doing creative real estate and we want to make content or go out and find who are the sellers, who has, free and clear properties, or who has equity, or who's willing to sell on terms. What are some ways that and I want to hear from everyone before Claude chimes in. What are some ideas that you have that you can spend less than 30 minutes a day? I like to spend 30 to 60, right? On marketing, keeps the business going. What can you do to attract those type of individuals? You can unmute yourself or type in. What's that, Malik?
Ringless voicemail.
Well, so ringless voicemail is kind of an outbound approach. What are some things that we can do that gets them calling us and attracting us, whether it's like a social media marketing, content? I'm thinking more content marketing. What type of content marketing could we do?
Kind of like PPC, or is that still outbound?
What's that?
Would you consider PPC outbound? Or not?
PPC is inbound, but let's think content. What's free? Something doesn't cost any money.
Brandon, something I've been doing recently is I've been getting
Actually, the past 4 days, I've been getting on Facebook groups of landlords and like stuff like that. It's posting like a kind of clickbait post saying like, do you have bad tenants? This is like X, Y, and Z things you can do, legal remedies and stuff like that. And I've had a couple people, like 4 people, reach back out to me, and I just started doing that. So I'm looking to scale that. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
great.
I like that.
I also think of it as being the mayor of the town. If you're making comments in certain Facebook groups and you're coming across, Ty, I got a lot of background on yours. I'm going to hit mute on yours. Okay. Unless you got something to chime in on, just unmute yourself when you're ready. I try to be the mayor of the town. And I try to make comments and give help and give links and share things that I'm not going to get in trouble for in that Facebook group. Right. And you got to be careful. Some groups are really big that don't self-promote, don't give out your name and website and stuff, but you can share things like you can do posts. Some of the posts I like to do too is like question-based posts on the Facebook group. I did something where it's called the 5-1-30 method, but it's just really simple. It's like, I'm looking for 5 realtors that need one more listing in the next 30 days. Or that can handle one more listing in the next 30 days. Do you think I had any comments or anyone reach out to me from that post? Yeah, a ton.
Absolutely.
So is that your like 2-3 second hook, right?
Well,
What'd
no,
you say?
that was just a post. That was just a post in the Facebook group.
Oh, that was a post. Okay.
Yeah. Now, we're thinking about other content. What are some other content that we can do?
Answer questions from other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Doesn't Gary V talk about the $1.80 method? Do you know does anyone know what the $1.80 method is?
Negative.
It's give your 2 cents to 90 people a day. Go to big Instagram accounts, big Facebook accounts, especially if you're in the real estate world, right? And then you can give your 2 cents, give opinions, or even just make comments. And then all of a sudden people start going to your profile. And if you have a social media profile, you should have a link tree, a link to your website, some sort of way for them to contact you. If you go to my Instagram, it has my website, it has my phone number, says call or text me. I answer my own phone. I wonder where I got that from, Claude. So that's what Claude says all the time.
Well, you have to brand yourself as something first before you start talking to people and networking online. Because you can drop all the comments and, even DM people, start conversations, but people like the instant gratification, little micro moments that you take the time to connect to them, pretty much. And you do have to make it, sorry, the echo. You do have to make it a priority to network online and just make that your social life, because this is what's gonna, help you take that next life move. I don't know why everybody's here, but personally, we're trying to get our first home on a creative finance situation. So for us, like, I don't know if we're trying to go full force in helping or not helping, but doing all the other stuff. But it's still, if you see yourself as somebody that wants to be seen as an investor, real estate, professional, then definitely you have to have a brand and just start meeting people.
And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Danny does social media marketing, social media strategy for other brands and stuff too. So it's kind of interesting to hear her feedback. Claude, chime in now. Feel free. Let's talk about content for a second.
Interesting, compelling, sexy content that makes you stand out. You don't want to do the same old tired stuff that everybody else does. You want to have content out there. Like it's like I do a lot of YouTube videos. Every week I do YouTube videos. I get tons of followers, people who watch all my stuff. People who go from YouTube And then, I'll do a YouTube video, and then you can hit that share button. I can put it in Twitter and in LinkedIn, and then I can download the video from YouTube and put it in TikTok and in Instagram. And I throw it one little video. And now you could do shorts, by the way. One of my favorite apps is the new YouTube. You can only do it on your iOS or your Android. And they have a new application from YouTube where you can do your shorts. And they're so easy. And you can add text, and you can have a pop-up of your phone number and your
Wow, really? From the
yeah,
iPhone.
everything. Right on your
Nice.
thing. And it's fantastic. And so you want to put content out there. And like, especially, first of all, your title. Put a title, check your competition, by the way. You want to shortcut a thing here? Let's find out what other people are doing and what's getting a lot of hits on the same topic that you want to talk about, attracting the kind of clients you want, the prospects you want. So put in a title, 3 secrets of wholesaling real estate, 2 things that should be in your lease purchase contract. What owner finance, good or bad idea? You're muted, Brandon.
Sorry, I was saying that's what Patrick was saying. If you use a statistic, a number, it's like it makes them stop scrolling for a second and look at your stuff, too.
Besides the title, and it's real big, people true or false, people judge a book by its cover?
Every time.
You better believe it. So you better have a good picture in there. Either, something with, like, I do mind maps. I'll do my picture of myself or a picture of my mind map, and I'll throw it out there on the underneath the title. I'll go onto Google. There's a lot of free pictures. They're not copyrighted. You can take them there that relate to your topic. People look at that. Ooh, that picture looks interesting. That title. Maybe I should go and join that webinar or listen to this video or whatever. And so then if you have some, and I think less is more in our society. My videos, I either do 30 to 60-second shorts, or I'll do the 3 to 4 minutes at the most. Sometimes I do streaming, like Brandon is doing streaming right now, live streaming, and it's great. Because you're getting, when people see that live on the YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and they see that live button on it, there's something about being live that I think is very attractive to people. Brandon, right?
I agree. I got a great I got a great video I can share that relates to this content marketing idea, because sometimes, we got to have fun too, right, Claude? It doesn't always have to be like salesy and, hey, buy my thing or sign this up. And sometimes people are going to be more intrigued by what you're putting out there, that they're going to be a big fan, and then they're going to reach out to you anyway. So that could be the call to action. This is a buddy of mine here in Gilbert, Arizona. His name is Luke Rootvold. He's a wholesaler, a flipper. What's interesting, he used AI, because I don't know if you know this, you can use AI to fake people's voices. So he did this. I'm going to leave it here. He actually called up Joe Biden and offered to buy the White House. So let's share this for a second. Okay, so can you guys see my screen here? Okay, I'm going to hit play. Give me a thumbs up if you hear this.
Are you there? Yeah, well, I never wanted to be here in the first place. Really, it kind of made me just really want out of here. Right, yeah, I know. I'm sure you did. Well, how fast can you close? So typically we can close in as little as 5 to 7 days. It really just depends on if there's any liens on the property. So I'd love to get out of here. It reminds me of the time I went fishing with my brother Scooter, wearing shorts, eating ice cream, running around in the grass, no shoes, wind in my hair, and playing marbles. So it's really what life is about. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes. You said you're my nephew, right? That was Jolie. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd love to get you out of there as soon as possible. I mean, immediately would be great. If you could just get me the hell out of here, that works for me. I just want to make sure I'm looking at the right house here. It's that big white one, right? The big old columns in the front, big grass yard. Yeah, that's it. How'd you know? Great. And then do you have any additions outside of that wall? No, but they made everything accessible for me so I could ride my ride. Get off the date.
All right, I'll take a break here for a second, but
how many hits did that get?
Oh, it got shared so many times. I have to look it up. It's ridiculous. It got tons of likes, tons of shares. And do you think that gets attention to his brand?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got new followers, new subscribers. Maybe people, hey, I want more from this guy. And they read the description underneath, if it was YouTube, and they put his webpage or phone number or something like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I share one little secret?
Yes.
I actually get a check. I don't spend any money on marketing, and I get a check every month from Google, who owns YouTube, because I get X amount of, I get enough, if you have enough subscribers and you get enough hits, okay, and you can monetize your videos and actually get a check every month. Can you imagine? You're not only getting leads, so you can do more deals and get more business, but you actually get a little check if you spend 30 minutes a day on this.
I love it. I love it. By the way, this can be done in our business today. And that's why we feel like it's so important, so compelling to come up with ideas, how you get people to pay attention and to take some action and figure out who your target audience is. If you're in the creative real estate realm, then you want to reach out to sellers. You want to reach out to realtors that have clients that are looking to sell houses. You want to reach out to other maybe wholesalers that have deals they don't know what to do with. Maybe you can be there and help them out. So there's a lot of great ways to think about who your audience is and what type of target to make. Go ahead.
Following other real estate investors and the gurus or whatever you want to call them, like they're all doing deals. If they're even doing one deal, they become gurus. But the point is that they're doing deals. And they'll post stuff on their stories like, hey, they'll tell you exactly what they're doing. And there's so many ways to do deals with them. That's exactly what they're looking for.
Exactly.
The one deal gurus.
The one deal gurus, yeah. And it's good to share stuff that's working well in your business. Maybe you had a setback or something didn't work so well. People like authenticity. They like to know that you're a real person, and stuff like that. So, which
a big key to that is actually being very active on your stories. That's often an overlooked thing that I see a lot of people do. They're like, oh, I'll just post reels and maybe some graphics and stuff like that. And that's a good strategy. But if you're not posting on your story, your daily antics of what you're doing in your business, that's where people come and grow and trust you. And if you're not doing that, you're missing out on a lot. So
I agree. Is this ringing true for everyone? Is this?
Oh God, yeah.
Look at that. Social proof, reciprocity, consistency, like and trust, knowledge, prospecting, sales.
It's I love my little whiteboards. I dry erase whiteboards. I think the most important part of marketing, I have a little thing here on the corner here, marketing. It's got to be compelling. I love that word. Did I steal that word from you, Brandon? I think that's a word you use. It's got to be compelling. It's got to be contemporary. It's got to be creative, consistent, non-commercial. People don't like commercials. I go to a web page today and I wanted some information. It was a nice web page about marketing. The minute I go on the web page, that big old box comes across. Okay. Right. Right away, I want your email. I want your phone number. I want this. You haven't earned the right to ask me yet. And it turned me on. I left the webpage. How many people go to a webpage expecting to get some content? You're giving people a fair shot, and right away they're commercializing and selling it. And they're asking you for your information so they can inundate and spam you. What do you think most people do?
They go away. Yeah, they don't want to be bothered with that stuff,
Yeah, I love the word compelling. What is the information, the content you can give to people that relates to maybe the news today? Like a lot of real estate investors are concerned about the interest rates today. Could you do something about that relates to something they read or heard on the news today? I mean,
and what I was thinking too, Claude, like I'm already coming up with content ideas, right? So can we buy houses without a bank? do we need 7.5%, 8% interest rates to buy a house? No, we don't. We can buy houses with the strategies we know. What are some, can we help real estate agents sell more properties if they understood creative real estate?
Yeah.
To us, right? They can sell stuff to us too. So the idea is thinking about what's contemporary, like you said, what's compelling, what's going on today, you know.
Yeah, for example, I actually have a client, a YouTube client that is just starting a new YouTube series where he's teaching realtors how to market and how to get off market leads. So, because realtors don't do that, you know, that's just not something that they do. So, it's real estate marketing for dummies is the
Yeah.
And so I think we can all implement some of this stuff into our business, you know. Any questions about any of this? This is great. By the way, we're going to end right at 4:30, so about 15 minutes. We have family in town. We're doing the big graduation dinner tonight, so I got to run to that. But I want Claude, give me a hard time there. Boo-hoo. Well, hey, someone's got to go to Cheesecake Factory, you know. So.
Okay. I have a role play for you. Who here can I do a role play?
Yes, please. Let's do it.
Who likes champagne here? I mean, really good champagne. Really good champagne. Oh.
Helen's shaking her hand over there.
I don't know who's driving that car, by the way. It's a very scary looking video over there. Hey, I just found this in the wine cellar.
Dom Perignon.
Look at the date. How many years?
99.
I'm a product of the New York City school system. I can't tell you how old this is. What is that? 23 years, 24 years?
Yeah, well, 90, yeah.
Yeah, and it's sealed. Okay. Somebody sell me a bottle of champagne and use emotion. Use the five senses, the smell, the taste, the sight, and everything. Somebody sell me this bottle of champagne.
Rodrigo, how about you? Can you do it?
Come on, buddy. Hit that button.
Okay, let's do it.
Hi, Rodrigo.
Hey, Claude, how's it going?
It's good, but man, am I thirsty. I had a long, hard day. I think I need a drink, man.
Oh man, I mean, tell me about your time right now. Is it a special occasion or is it just a regular time for a good old beer?
It's Wednesday and it's time for a good old beer.
But I mean,
starting to have one handy, by the way.
But I mean, wouldn't you want something more than regular?
Look at Steve.
Wouldn't you want something more than regular? I mean, you say it's another Wednesday, but it seems like it could be the Wednesday.
Ooh, the Wednesday. I like your tone, man. I like what you're saying.
I mean, hear me out for a second. I mean, everybody else within 5 miles of you is probably always having a beer on a Wednesday, but I mean, why be like everybody else? I mean, wouldn't you want to savor a nice champagne? Have you ever heard of champagne?
Yeah, yeah. I like champagne. I like, I get that cheap stuff. Give me a bottle of champagne. Corbel, $15, $20 a bottle. I do that. And we had a really good day. We're actually celebrating today. My wife and I, it's our anniversary.
Oh, wow. I mean, that even calls for it, right? I mean, but why would you go cheap when it's such a special day? I mean, wouldn't you want to go all out? Maybe wow your wife?
Well,
I mean, think about it.
I'm taking her to Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Parlor for dinner. I mean,
I mean, but wouldn't you want to, I guess, leave a mark, leave a memory, have something that you really couldn't put a price on?
Off the role play. I love the word he just used. It was brilliant. Leave a memory. How powerful and emotional is a statement like that? Go ahead, close me. Sell me something. Sell me this bottle of champagne.
Like, you've probably heard of this brand, but you say you always get the cheap stuff. So I don't know if you've ever really enjoyed this or had the blessing to enjoy it, really. Because let me tell you, have you ever heard of Dom Perignon?
I've heard about it. Yeah. So I heard it's really good.
Yeah, and pricey. But for things that are worth it, that doesn't matter, right? Like I'm telling you, you really, really want to leave a lasting impression on your wife tonight, especially since it's your anniversary. I mean, how many years have you guys been married for?
36 years. And any woman who sleeps with me for 36 years deserves anything she wants.
Exactly, right? Let alone, I mean, come on, Claude. Do I even have to sell you? I mean, tell me. I don't even think you want this. I think you really should go back to
Want what?
the memory. You wouldn't want the situation. You wouldn't want the emotion. You wouldn't want the night that you could have if you go with a Dom Perignon 1995.
Ooh, is that what, how much is it?
That doesn't really matter. I mean, what matters is what you get, what you're going to receive, right? You're probably going to be up all night. You're not even going to remember what it tasted like, but you're going to remember all the feelings that you get from being able to get that.
Well, tell me a price and how do I get it? And I've got my Chuck E. Cheese Visa MasterCard here. So,
Well, look, man, first of all, I have to go with the manager and see if we even have it. Like I said, this is one of the most rare champagnes there is. You're telling me it's a special night, so I would love for you to have it. I would love for you to, have something truly special. But obviously, like I said, we have to go check. I mean, if I do find one, it'll probably be the whole case. It'll probably be.
holy, he's thinking big, man.
It's probably going to be the whole case seal. Like I said, these are like really vintage champagnes. My manager wouldn't want me to sell a one-off. So, I mean, if I go and find one, I maybe even source it out from another company to get it for you. Can you commit yourself to getting the whole
Well,
bottle?
I'm just doing the math here. This is, I think it's worth about $500 a bottle, and a case is 12 bottles. Brandon, help me out with the math here. Is that $6,000?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think that matters though.
You know what I love? You know what I love that Rodrigo did? He didn't want to sell me one bottle. He wanted to sell me a friggin' case.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't want to take up all our time for Brandon, but give him a round of applause. He was thinking,
No, thank you.
what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst I could say to him?
No.
No.
So what? So what? At least he tried. What's the possibility I could say yes? He said something about create a memory or something like that and all that. And now he's using a little scarcity. I'll have to check if we have one in stock. Could you now close me, Claude? We have one, but they usually go out fast. Suppose I asked my manager if we could hold this case for you or something like that. Boom, use a little scarcity, and you closed me. You just made a $6,000 sale.
Yeah.
Nice going, man.
By the way, this is all hypothetical, but it's really not much different. This is the reason why we do role plays, because this is how real conversations work. A lot of times the things that we practice just become second nature. So that's why it's so good to practice and do these role plays and stuff like that. So, well, any other questions? I want to make sure that we know next Wednesday we're going to hit up wraps and lease options a little more in depth for everyone on the call. And also, if you're available on Thursdays at 10 a.m., we're doing a call called Easy Flip, which is co-wholesaling joint venture free real estate leads, how to do real estate for free. And also, for those of you, anyone raise your hand if you're in Arizona. If you're in Arizona area, Rodrigo is, Patrick is. If you're in Arizona and you want to come to lunch with Mark Victor Hansen and myself tomorrow,
Whoa, wait.
send me a text. Yeah, we have this. We have this guy coming. Let me see if I can do my virtual.
You're talking about a private lunch with Mark Victor Hansen? That's worth getting on an airplane for.
Chicken noodle soup for the soul, best-selling author. He's going to share how attraction marketing, writing books, what Claude just showed us at the beginning of the video, all the books he wrote, actually is better than a business card. And it gets you way more business all the time, and how everyone has the book inside of us. It's not that we can figure ways to pull that out of us. So if you want to go, just shoot me. I can put my number on there. I'll send you directions if you're in Arizona, or if you fly down, Claude, you know. So we'll have another meeting. We'll have to have them come out. Also, remember Robert Allen. So we're gonna try to get Robert Allen as well on another meeting.
Oh my, one of the greatest real estate books ever written.
Yeah, No Money Down. Yeah, they actually wrote a book together. Robert Allen and Mark Victor Hansen. They actually wrote The 1 Minute Millionaire.
Do you know the one story that I love from Robert Allen, where he was sent to a town, I think it was San Francisco or something, and they took away his wallet and all that.
Yeah.
And he
How to buy a house. Yeah. Yeah. There's Grant Cardone just did it was a TV show called The Undercover Billionaire or something like that, right? Where he had to go to a town, no one knew him, and he had to figure out how to make $1 million. So
yeah,
I think they got the idea from Robert Allen. So, well, let's have a killer week. Crush it. If you need any help with anything, go to my website, brandontheman.com, schedule a free call with me, and we can get you on track with anything you need help with. And that's all I have for tonight. Let's crush it. Patrick and Danny, I hope you guys have good luck on your appointment tonight.
Yes, sir.
Was there a question? I heard someone say there's a question, maybe. No questions? We're good. Awesome. Well, let's have a good one.